What's good, guys? Poli Popo here. Man, you guys caught me off guard about 20 minutes ago. I had a live stream session. It was about 6 o'clock my time as my last video. And I literally rolled out of bed and came down here, and you guys could tell everything was totally off with me. I was like, we're hard and music is important, and trying to remember what I was saying, and I can't. And luckily, I read everything. I wrote everything down in here. Made a half decent video, but I like to show the struggle. All I'm gonna do today, man, Rec, I was telling everybody. Everybody caught me off guard about 20 minutes ago. I rolled out of bed and woke up. It was crazy, dude. But I'm not going for camera quality on this one. I want to make some music, so and answer some questions about the MPC Live and the MPC X versus the MPC One. First off, my honest opinion, I'm glad that it's out. I haven't done a video on it yet, but I think it's legit, man. I mean, come on. It's another platform for people to express themselves and in a different way, because each one of those boxes is different. I've had the Live, it does work different. You get different workflow out of it compared to the X. I haven't had my hands on the Force, but I did have my hands on the, no, I did get the Force, but I haven't had my hands on the One. But, I mean, it's got to be cake, right? It's the same workflow. But I did have some people asking me, and I didn't put this in the tag, but if you guys want to talk about the Akai Force too, easiest way that I saw to make a song on that thing is open up your mixer. Right whenever you open it up, open up your mixer, load one drum kit, maybe two, and then the rest just put synth parts. You know what I mean? Make sure you have all your synths. Make sure the whole band comes to the party. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't go to a concert and see just the guy up there with his guitar without the drummer and the bass. So get everybody together, get all your instruments together, name them freaking whatever you want to name them, and that's how I would set up every single time. Record horizontally, and then whenever you're done, just copy your rows. MPC workflow is a little bit different, but I did have some questions on that. But the same thing, repetition is the key. You want to turn on your MPC, get all your sounds. Me, personally, I turn on my MPC, I load up the first drum kit, because I can change that sound later on, you know what I'm saying? I was getting like this weird feedback going on. And as far as instruments, I like that, so I'm just going to select that. I like this. You know, you need that. Okay, so you got 3 sounds on there, and I don't know, I might just make something with those sounds real quick. But yeah, let's see what we got. Of course, every single time you don't use this, you have to power it on, power it off, which I wrote to Akai about that song mode, and let me tell you, it is legit. Sean, what's up, brother? Thanks for coming in. But song mode is legit in 2.7, and we're testing the 2.72, and everything is getting better and better. And there's been a lot of like, oh man, this doesn't work. But dude, it's hard work to, you know, to program all that stuff in here, I guess, you know, in such a small spot. It's doing so much. I mean, just one of the plugins does all of this. You know what I'm saying? You have plugins in here that are exactly these same modules, which cost hundreds of dollars, and so it's really legit. Let's make some bass. I'm gonna turn the mic so you don't hear my tapping. Man, I tell you what, came to the right place, because I found a way to actually, if you need some motivation, man, first thing you need to do is hit up track 1, load up a bunch of random instruments, hit the pencil on track, hit randomizer, okay? It's gonna give you those random notes. Humanize that and generate, after you generate random events, humanize it. Hit the pencil, hit humanize. It's gonna give you random events. Copy that track like 5 times before you even hit play. And before you even did that, you should have already loaded up your sounds. So now you hit play on track 1, and it's gonna play something, whatever key group that you gave it. Track 2, change the key group. Now you got 2 of the same wave going with 2 different synths. You got 5 different synths playing the same thing. Push main twice. And change the sequence pattern. See, I got these going at the same sequence. I'm gonna change this to 1 beat. It's different, but you made it. We'll go 2 beats. A lot of the time, beautiful music happens on accident, is all I'm trying to say. And if you have 5, look at that, how that happened, you know what I'm saying? If you caught that, that was cool. I'm gonna add another track to this, but these are dry too. You wanna add your own effects, and then what you wanna do, I'll show you in a minute. Let me add some more tracks to this, and then I'm gonna drop the tempo down. It's at 120 right now. I'm gonna drop it to, and then I'm gonna really get into some crazy stuff and add some external gear and stuff. And if you need some motivation, let's do a collaboration. I can send you some files. I got hundreds of beats in here. And if you have a distro kid and you want to make some money doing it, you know, you split everything 50-50 and we can video doing it. There's tons of ways to hook up. So I'm gonna put this back to 120. I believe I was on track 3. And what I'm doing, I'm hitting overdub. I never hit the record unless I'm recording direct audio. I'll hit play. You know, I like that. Maybe I don't, but I selected so many sounds I don't have to use it. In this case, I only selected 3. So now I'm ready. Maybe I'm not. And I hope the audio's coming out better and better every time. Um, if not, I'm gonna listen on the playback and I'll dial it down. But really, I just wanted to let anybody that wanted to comment on the MPC or anything, if you want to talk about it. Track randomizer in the software. Honestly, whenever I'm looking at my MPC, I could have the software running behind me, honestly. But anything that I hit on here, yeah, it's on the software. If not, you get more in the software. You get the Loom X Live or 1. Okay. Which one would I recommend? And why is the 1 I haven't tried yet. I don't really have a computer powerful enough to do that. So I tried with the Renaissance. Like I said, you get more if you can use your computer and it's powerful. But I definitely would take, if somebody came with me with 2 MPC 1s and 1 MPC Live, I would take the Live and run. Honestly, that's just me because I've used the Live and I don't have a computer strong enough to do that, you know what I'm saying? But yet, if somebody came with me with 2 Lives over an X, I would have to take the X, you know what I'm saying? Because I've used it and I like the workflow. Now, if you offered me a Live and a 1, I would still take the X because it's just, I don't know, I can't explain it unless you've had your hands on one. It utilizes my workflow. Like I'm getting ready to go out audio tracks and back in and all kinds of other stuff. I got mad crazy stuff going on in here. But if you're going plugins, the 1 might be the way to go, man. If you're computer strong, yeah, that's legit. MPC Live, if you want to go out and get your ideas, if you're in a vehicle all day long and you're stuck and you feel like you can't make music, not anymore, dude. Most cars come with power outlets nowadays, so I just about want to plug this X into one of them 12 volts in the car. But it's really cool because no matter what device you record on, it comes out the same way you hear it. So they're all legit. But you hear, that's my take on that. See if we can add some piano. See, and this is what I mean about that MIDI track. Right now, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna go to track 5, and I'm gonna trigger my keyboard out here, or I'm gonna play my keyboard over here. I'm gonna kill the mic because it's gonna get loud. Hey, what's up, guys? Jelani, what's good? Grady, man, thanks. Appreciate that. I gotta kill this. My dog is upstairs. It's like barking crazy. I'm gonna start a new project here with just random stuff, and I'm gonna try to incorporate all this other stuff. I'm basically just kind of sitting here making music, and I thought I would have the camera rolling. And if anybody had any questions on workflows or anything like that, I'm more than happy to answer them. So what I'm gonna do, hit browse and load up a kit, anything like that, right? All right, first thing I'm gonna start with is my external this time. Killed in the mic. Man, hell yeah, I'm dazed. Been sitting down here for 30 minutes trying to mess with some stuff. But yeah, let me see. Let me reply to some of these. Sorry about that. Tyrone, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, the sound is kind of crazy. I'm still trying to figure out how it, like I say, most of the time music happens on accident. So um, that's kind of where I'm at on that. And I don't know if anything happened here, but a lot of the time I'll just take a song that I make in the MPC and then I'll assign just MIDI out instead of using the plugins, and it gives me a different sound, and then I can tweak the sounds in real time. Yeah, collaboration's always cool. I think real small in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see my email address. Way down there. So, I'll be more than happy to, I can even send you, I can do anything really. Let's see. Yeah, Martin 73X, that is Pittsburgh Lifeforms Evo Foundation. I actually got the last one that they made, and I've been tuning into Pittsburgh Modular, building with Richard lately, and he's really cool. It's like buying something from a company to where you see the guy making it, and then if you have questions, he's genuinely there to help. So he's taught me how to make some pretty cool kick drums out of here by going into the filter and everything. There's a lot of stuff. Like I've had to wrap my whole head around nothing but this. So yeah, that's where the videos are going anyway. I'm going CV out, actually controlling both oscillators with the MPC with the CV wires. So I have two different sequences running in the Behringer Neutron at the same time. So that's kind of cool. This is a really good sequencer for modular gear. So let's see what else we got. Yeah, I was definitely dazed out. How do I get rid of get this? This right here will definitely replace anything you need to replace. The MPC X has definitely been able to allow me to express myself. Like, dude, you can come down here, and it doesn't matter what kind of day you're having. Whenever you dive into here, everything goes away. There's no struggle, you know what I mean? It's as easy as getting on here and making music. It's not like back in the day when you had to have 10 different boxes like this going into a mixer, and like this is old setup. All this other stuff here is old stuff. You don't need anything else in this studio but this. And if there was a fire in my house, I would take this MPCX and run out of the house, especially if I was here by myself. Of course, I'd go and get my kids and stuff. Bobby, what's up, man? I'm kind of going over just open discussion. I kind of made some music and why I use some of the gear that I use, because each gear has a different personality to me. Each piece is like a different piece in this module. It has, what song should I play to impress the girl of my dreams? Well, one that comes from your heart. If you watch my stream about, I don't know, an hour ago, I had just rolled out of bed. I'm committed, so I'm going to show up regardless if I'm ready or not. And I was totally not ready. The stream froze up, but it was all about being serious and dedicated about your music and how music has feelings. Like when you listen to a good song, how it touches your heart. Like you don't just listen to it to nod your head and drive down the street. Like it actually makes you remember when you were a kid, or you know what I'm saying? Anyway, dude, so every piece has, like, my Minilog I use for a lot of the bass sounds and everything. Anything echoey, I want to go out of my Neutron. Anything reverby, I go out of my grandmother Moog. And then everything goes into the mixer. I love going to the mixer, especially with my drums and all my sounds individually, because I can sit there and meticulously tweak them the way that I think's best. But what do? I send them back into my MPC anyway. You can do everything in the studio with just the MPC-X. I need more than just stock plugins and sounds, and I'm into sound design. You know, I love making just random ambient stuff. So I think I might actually do that while I'm talking here. This way I have some music going in the background. I'm going to open up a new project and show you guys what I was talking about dropping the tempo. And just like if you're stuck and you don't have any way to get started or anything like that, this is really, really legit, and I want to show you this. Make sure this is on. My software is trying to be like Ableton. I'll have to look it up, man. Honestly, I could probably do cover songs and everything, but I tend to, I'm so caught up trying to mess around and learn new stuff that I really don't practice. But yeah, with a lot of practice, half the songs that you play, you can hear like in that last song I heard, you could hear like some licks from Bone and stuff like that back in the day, just hidden in there, you know. If you got a good ear, that's the lick that I was using. I use a lot of Bone Thugs and harmony licks and stuff that I heard growing up. It's kind of it explains my thing. So check this out. I'm gonna load up. I'm not even gonna load up nothing. Turn on your MPC. Go to your plugins. Hit the pencil. Generate random events. As if you turn on your MPC and want to see what it can do. Hit the pencil again. Hit humanize. Hit do it. So you still don't have a sound there. What we're going to do is copy that track 5 times. Do it. Copy the track, pencil, do it. Copy the track, pencil, do it. We're just going to do it 5 times. You can do it 8 times. We're just going to use 5. Alright, so now we got a random event going. The force is really cool, Bobby. What I would use the force for would be sequencing audio tracks and sequencing your like rhythmic patterns. I would use like the X to mute your drums in and out in sequence. But the best workflow that I found was to use the MPC for my drums and to sequence my drums while I was using Ableton Link with the Akai Force. It was legit. It was a good workflow. I don't know what a plasma ball is. I'm gonna make one right now. Check this out. So I already got a song going. I'm gonna add electric. Alright, I just want to show you this real quick. Hang on. is impossible. Alright, so all I'm going to do is just add track 2, add a plugin, same with track 3. You'll hear it. So now we have 6 random things going on, right? Sorry, I just got so much noise going on down here. We have 6 random things going on now. Yeah, the VIP software needs an update, man. I couldn't agree with you. Since 2.4 was the last time I've been able to use VIP with my MPC. The software anyway. But it was legit, man. It's like, oh no, they're getting too much out of it and they take it away from you. I'm gonna add some effects to this. Each plugin's gonna get an effect. A different one. I don't want it all delay, so. I say some of these filters in here, they cost money, man. If you were to go out and buy the module for this, it would cost a lot. See what these sound like. And I'm going to drop the tempo and it's going to change everything. Because music happens on accident 80% of the time. I mean, what I mean by that is when you're sitting there and then you're like, you hear it, you're like, and you have that moment. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be there to catch it. And that's the beautiful thing about modular music too, which is the kind of approach I'm doing right here. It's a different approach. Go for some modulation. Pretty good. Lee, good. Thanks for coming in. Just kind of been rambling and making music. Hopefully everything's coming out okay. Going over different ways to use the MPC, and then I kind of went over my thoughts on the MPC Live X and the One. Basically my comparison was if you have an MPC, if you had offered me 2 MPC ones, just because of the workflow, my computer isn't strong enough for that. If I had a powerful computer, yeah, I would dig it. But I'd probably take a Live over that offer. And if you were to offer me 2 lives, I would take 1X. I miss my X, but I miss my live, but I wouldn't trade it for anything in my studio, just because it can do everything that I'm doing, mixing, mastering, all on separate channels. And then I can explode back out through channels, through my mixer. There's just so many options that you can do with just this one device. But other than that, I'm just trying to add different effects to each one of these, and then I'm going to drop the tempo, because someone was asking about being stuck, and it's like, just hit the randomizer, humanize it, just make sure it's nice and not choppy, and then go through here and add delays and effects. And it's a good approach to making modular music and how music can be made on accident. Now you can listen to this. And this is just the MPC. This isn't incorporating anything else. Now, if I want to copy this track and send it to a MIDI, I can do that too. And that's when things get crazy. Because yeah, you can go right in here, hit the pencil, and mess with every single insert that you put in. Same way you can twist these knobs. The same way I can twist those. It's right here for me, But yeah, you can do it all right here. And what's cool, I hope everything's coming out okay, guys. It is definitely my favorite. Now, check this out. I'm going to go through this mixing real quick. If you hit your channel mixer, up here at the top, you're mixing your programs right now. That's what we're doing. We're adding effects to the programs. As soon as we single out the sounds and kind of separate them a little bit, and we hear it, then we can master it. You're going to hit programs, and instead of mixer, return, submixes, you hit master. And on outputs 1 and 2, you select it, and now it does help. Any feedback helps. I do appreciate it. I didn't mean to fall asleep while I was playing earlier. The guy's like, are you falling? Tyrone was like, you fell asleep, dude? I'm like, yeah, I fell asleep while I was playing. But so I want all of these sounds to come out, and I'll turn it up here too. I want them all to come out in a small reverb. Like, I separated each individual effect on the program mix. Now I want everything to come out in a small reverb. So that affects the whole sound. This is with it off. And that's with it on. It just really, really cool. Now I'm going to add a 4-channel EQ. There you go. Now it sounds good. Trap or R&B? I'm sure, well, no, to answer you, I mean, I don't know how to properly make trap or R&B. I actually, I play blues on my guitar, so anything that I make over all of this will just be so subtle in the background to where I can lay down blues guitar over it. I love playing, that's my passion. And then, 70% of music in the States here is made of the blues scale, which is why I love that, the black keys on the keyboard. It's the same scale on the, you can't hit a wrong key on the black keys on the keyboard, and it's the same scale on the guitar. And I'm attached to it because it allows me to express myself, and I feel like I can connect best with people that way. And I've yet to release an album or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure when I do, I'll have a good turnout. But yeah, from the heart, music, the blues, man, really hits me. And then hip hop, I try, I really do, but I'd more like to be there for if somebody liked this sound, if somebody wanted this and they wanted to chop it up, or if I made them a random something. I'm more of a, I want to give you the sounds and then see you do something with it. Like when I help somebody on my channel and they say, all right, now where do I send you some money? It's like, dude, next time that I talk to you, I want to see that you did that. I expect a phone call back. I want to see progress. I want to know that what I'm doing here matters, and that's cool. That's what it is for me. But to sample these kind of random things that are original, and guys, this is like a record right now. All you gotta do is change the tempo, go up to 40. It's gonna give you a different feel. You can change your instruments. You can go through here all day. You don't have to, you can add drums or whatever it is you want. So if I were to sample this right now, chop it up on different pads, if you're into if you're into hip hop, man, and you want to chop this up, it's yours. It's automatically yours. All you did was randomize it. You won't have any copyright strikes. You won't have any pending anything, because it doesn't sound like anything else. So do it, and then add some drums behind it. I mean, the same way you sample the record, sample it, and you know that it won't sound like this. This little 8-bar loop that's taking forever to cycle through will not sound like it. You will not. By the time you add sawtooth and flip it around and reverse it and add your own compression and all that stuff to it, you should be able to chop up this one sample 100 times and make a whole album out of just it. And we did that real fast. So all I did was hit randomizer and then generate random events. We humanized it. I'm going to humanize note length. Try jazz chords with your blues. Definitely get into that. That's why I love this. There we go. That's why I love this here, because I want to show you guys this real quick. Turn on this piano behind me. Okay, guys, so check this out. I don't know how to play piano, right? This is I don't know how to, I really don't. And this helps me. So I don't know what key I'm in. I'm gonna find out. I'm in the key E, apparently. I'm gonna drop it down an octave. Maybe I'm in, okay, so I'm in F. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier, Lee, is now that I have this random stuff going on like that, I can assign MIDI channel out A to this, which will give you random sound. MIDI channel 2, MIDI channel 3, MIDI channel 4, or CV 1 and 2, MIDI channel C, and MIDI channel D. And then I can tweak out my own sounds, send them back in, and it gives me a really crazy effect. Like, you can do the randomizer thing with all this external gear too. It works the same way, and it's really, really neat. I might actually show you that if you guys are down, but what I was getting at was, I don't know how to play a pentatonic major or anything, but check this out, Bobby. I put it in pad perform, and I don't know, I wish they would, I think the Force labels them for you, and it says like jazz, and let's see, they got Lydian. They don't have jazz, but they do have blues. So if I wanted to play a blues scale in the key of F over this jazz stuff going on right here, I could just, I think it's an E. You dig? You know what I'm saying? That's the piano behind me, like. And when that records back, we're gonna do it. I'm going to change the scale to a pentatonic major, to a harmonic minor, natural minor, like that. Accident. Jerk. So now I can go back over here. Mess around with the cutoff, the delay, and everything on the hardware. And honestly, I don't think, I mean, I know you can do it all in here, but they're real instruments. This is a real instrument too. I just like to have them all. They all have their own purpose. Same thing with, like, go to, it's just dope. But yeah, to be able to play anything over anything, I mean, that was just, it's really cool, that pad perform. And without the X, I wouldn't have been able to do that. No, I don't live in New York City, man. Bro, I live in St. Louis with all the other people from New York City that can't afford to live there. But I do own a pizzeria, man, and if you're ever in St. Louis, hit up La Pizza or look it up. It's I don't really like to do that on my channel, but got some bomb pizza. We got voted best of, and I actually met a YouTuber, David Portnoy. He's like, everybody knows the rules kind of guy, eats pizza. He came by, dude, and rated us really, really high. Best in St. Louis. It actually says it's his favorite shop. It was really, really cool. Dawn 2.8 isn't going to be coming out too soon, but I'm not the one making it. Apparently, I would think, all I know is that 2.7 has come a long way. They've been working on the song mode for me, man, and it works really, really nice. Because before it was just sequence, it was just going out. I'm sorry, I just got sidetracked. I'm listening to this and I was like, dude, we're listening to this music here like if it was just going on in the background, you know what I'm saying? It's good background music. So, be a ghostwriter or something, or whatever that is, sell it to a background. I mean, they're only going to use 30 seconds of your music anyway, you know what I'm saying? So if instead of this just sitting here in the box, then I should just run it through and put it on. What's that? Oh man, dude, man, if I was ever in the Bronx or in New York, dude, I don't know, man. I think I would come back swole, like 300 pounds, dude. I would eat so much food. I love to eat. I'm Puerto Rican, and I know half the island lives over there. But man, there's always ways to. It's hard to get someone to come over, but you can always get online and do like a Skype or a Hangouts, man. Anytime you guys want to do a Hangout session, the email and the down there, real small little email. Just email me, man, and I'll do my best to keep up with it. You guys know that whenever I'm on here, I try to come back as fast as I can. Man, that would be my dream, to be in New York, in the Bronx, fixing a studio. That sounds like a dream come true, dude. Honestly, if I was there, I don't know what you have to hook up, but I can tear down my whole studio and rewire it in probably about 12 hours. But I don't know. I'm still learning the audio and everything like that. But man, I wish I could help. It's hard to find good help. Especially for people to see you succeed. They're like, why would I want to help you succeed? And come on, man. It's hard to find good help. So all of this without any drums. I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave this run for a minute. My stomach's growling and I'm hungry. So, you guys be nice in the chats. You guys always been 100 with me. I've never had any problems with anybody in here on the chat. So, feel free to discuss some things. You know my take on the 3 MPCs. If I had them all sitting next to each other, I'd make you 3 different beats using the same 3 plugins just because the workflow's slightly different. But no disrespect to you guys, but I gotta get something to drink. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I was hungry, man. I'm sorry. I was hungry. What do we got going on here? You guys are still in here? Let's see. Man, Lee, I know a lot of people that live in the UK support this channel, man. And I just can't show enough appreciation to that, man. I mean, I look on the stats and it's like, it's crazy because I'm not in the UK. I don't even know where that is. Have an MPC collecting dust. Beatmaker 3. Don, if you're still here, dude, if you need any help with the MPC, I'll get on a Hangouts and we'll make a song and I'll run you through it. I can literally run you through it in 10 minutes. I mean, for real, no, nothing. I just want to see you do it. I want you to be able to do it. Beatmaker 3 is cool too. If you're good with software, that's legit. Big Studio needs some help. Man, that's so sad. I wish that I could. He was willing to pay. It just breaks my heart, man, because that's like what I want to do. I have MPCX, the Live, the Force, Akai Advanced 61. I'm good with those. MK3, no. Complete 61, yes. Push, no. But yeah, I know how to hook a lot of that up. And if not, I have some resources that can also help me with that. And I won't sleep till it's fixed. You know, that's what I like to do is troubleshoot. My pops was a troubleshooter, and it's in my blood that I love to figure out how and why it's not working. So yeah, if you want to send me something to mympcx@gmail.com, I'll be more than happy. And if you guys want to do a collaboration or anything like that, looking for motivation, can you drive to your beats? You know what I mean? Even this, without a drum in it, I'm sitting here talking the whole video, and I could probably drive, and it would make me think it's got a little emotion to it, you know what I'm saying? So what if I were to say, like, we were to play that Need for Speed game, Heat, and I know you can put your songs into your own playlist so you can drive to your own songs. So instead of me driving around St. Louis bumping everybody's music, Jelani was on here earlier. I called him one day dirt cheap at like 5 in the morning. He had sent me a song, and I was just dancing in the parking lot. And there's really no feeling like that. I mean, I had a dude do that to me, Matthew Stratton. We were just talking, and he had listened to some of my songs, and he called me back, and he was like, bro. And it's something about seeing your name on the radio, man. It's something like that. It's all that I really want, you know. But to hear your sounds being used is one thing. And then for them to be unrecognizable is another. Because I got paid fat from BMI. And if you're in the UK, you can register with ASCAP and BMI. Yes. And they do pay you very well. And for a background piece like this, it could be in the back of a soap opera. Who cares? It's in the background. And it's filling up empty space. And, oh, dude. Longtime MPC 4000. Don't get rid of it. I haven't even finished the sentence. Hang on. Thinking of buying the X. Having reservations. 4K to the X. Let me tell you something. The MPCX has, it's got emulators in it to where it does the 1000, 2000, the 2000 XL. It gives you stock sounds of the 60, the 5000, the 3000, everything but the 4000. The 4000 has a unique sound to it. I haven't had my hands on one. I would, but as far as the workflow, you're gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna love it. I would, me personally, I would look at the back and see if there's any way to just hook it up to the software. I'm sure there's a way because if you know that workflow and everything like that, and you can use it MIDI to the software, it would be legit because you should be able to do the same thing. I saw a guy take a MPC Renaissance and hook a tablet up to it, um, and it works really, really good. But if you want something solid that's up to date and it's definitely gonna not let you down, I mean, you can run 100 tracks on here with note repeat at 16 triplets on every single track with a different sound, and it was not gonna bog down on you. That's what I love about it. It will not break down. It will not. In standalone mode, it is 100% legit. I've never had mine just stop. And I can save on it, export it, put it to wave, save it on an MP3, everything right here. So as far as the 4000, I don't know. But you'd be happy with the X. I guarantee it. Promise you. But yeah, back to background music. BMI sent me a check, and it was for like uh, anyone else. I gotta stop reading the comments and trying to think. But BMI sent me a fat check, and I was like, "What is this for?" So I looked up the number, and it was my song that I had registered. I just wanted to see the workflow. Like underneath my playlist, it would say like I think some of my songs from 2011, and I was like, I want to see how easy this is to actually register a song and put it on there. So I put it on there, and no doubt, man, I got a little bit of checks from streaming, and they kept getting bigger and bigger. And then I was like, for one song, I made like $30 in 1 year just putting it up there without advertising or nothing. So if you put 100 songs up there, it's easier said than done, but you have to do it, in order to do it. And with this box, you can do it. Man, I wish I could fly out there. Actually see a real studio. I think I might add another track here, guys. I've never been in a real studio, like a real recording studio. Uh, there's a few here in St. Louis, and they charge like, I don't know, $40 an hour, and you better know what you want to record when you walk in there, because they're not going to help you. I would love to open up a school. That's my goal, is to be able to open up a business in St. Louis where I can do this, not only on YouTube, but to the locals around town, because all day long I drive by and I see talent. And unfortunately, in where we live, that not everybody's going to have, money for gear like this or nothing like that. So to have a paid for, like a club, a boys and girls club where they can go and just do music stuff where you can be instructed, and I will force you to put music out there, and I will show you how to make money making music, and I'll encourage kids to do this, because it's never too late, but the earlier you start, the better, man. And I want our kids and our next generation to have it easier, just like a good parent, easier than what we had growing up. Man, if I ever go to the UK, I would definitely be looking out for a little green squishy guy. I'll be at the airport like, Lee! That's very nice of you. And likewise, if you're ever in St. Louis, guys, you're more than welcome. Yeah, Lee, um, I would definitely want to hit up DJ Rec because he's legit. And the one, yeah, it's got the CVs and everything, but um, yeah, but nothing. Yeah, no, it's great entry level, and they're all great. It's just like I say, if I had an MPC Live, an MPC One, and an MPC X sitting next to each other, and I loaded up the same plugins on each one, I would come out with 3 different songs because they have a different workflow. Um, it's just a different feel to each box, man. Now, if you're using a software, that's legit, and it's the same for every box. So it's really weird, like after I set my master effects, it might be a bug, I don't know. But after I set my master effects, it won't allow me to do the volume anymore. It's kind of weird. I could go back to my programs to adjust the volume of each track and it won't let me. It's probably human error, something I did. But can't do anything about it. And again, all I did was hit randomizer and it was legit. Copied it 5 times. See, I'm not even in the key that I like to play. So I'm in the key of G on my piano, and I don't know how to play piano. So I'm gonna have to do the pad perform on MIDI channel A. And if I want to play chords, I can. I don't know how to play chords or progressions. Me? Yes. I love the Force for live performance, simply because it's super fast. Oh, for Bill? You should. For what unit would you recommend for singers, guitarists, live performances? That for ease of use, I would go with the Akai Force, just because you can take all the clips that you record and save it on a button and then copy it where you want it to play in the next sequence really fast. If you're familiar with Ableton or anything like that, it's really legit. I could probably make a full song in the MPC-X, which is my baby. I don't know, probably 8 minutes, like with effects and fade in and fade out through the whole song after resampling 3 minutes of it. And that's hauling, man. That's moving and not caring. That's just making a song. I have to make it 4 bars to even make that time, like realistically. But on the Force, you can make it super fast. Probably make it in 3 minutes, flat. Just load up all your sounds, play each part, and copy them down on the sequences you want to play, resample it, and you're good. It's legit. It's fun. Nah. The workflows are a little different too. I don't know if you've ever worked with, I don't know if it's similar to, I don't want to compare it to the push or anything like that. All I know is that you have horizontal rows, you record 1 through 8, and then you copy them down, and you just launch which scene you want while you're resampling live, and that's the best way. The only thing is you can't save your performance. Now they are coming out with some pretty awesome upgrades for the Force that are gonna change the game, really. Hopefully they can put a save button on there. But to be able to save a song and export, really, really cool. You can export to any DAW you want also on both devices, so it's pretty cool. So if you just get the idea down and you want to put it on a computer, anything is good. But for the nitty-gritty stuff, I don't know. If this was bigger, you know, if they made another, or when they make another MPC-X or whatever they want to call it, and it's this big, I'll definitely have to get my hands on something like that. I don't know, I feel like the bigger the better, just for the bang for the buck that I spent. But they all do the same thing. I really wish that I had my Akai Force here, if that helps make your decision any easier. It was really easy, okay? It was very fun to be able to track 1, I want this, track 2, that, track 3, bass, track 4, piano, track 5, strings, track 5, vocals. And the audio was awesome, because you can take the audio from your microphone and put it on that clip so fast, and then just take that and put it on which one of the 8 sequences you want it on. And on the MPC, you kind of have to work a little bit more for it. And yeah, I'm not using my normal camera today. I'm using I don't know, a little USB 720, because I just wanted to get some music going. And hopefully the audio is coming in pretty good. I'm gonna add another plug in here. Nothing makes me more happy than to see people getting along, especially on the channel, guys. So that's what, I mean, that means more to me than any of this, honestly. I'm gonna add another track. Honestly, guys, this probably be one of the last videos that I feature nothing but the MPCX. You know, I love it to death, and I'm gonna keep it in my workflow and use it every single day. But in order for me to learn, in order for me to experience other things, I have to go away from home, and I have to dig into here. And I've learned a lot, but as an instrument of itself, I have to show it its proper respect. But eventually, I'll have the CV gates going out into here, but I need to understand what's going on first. And I need to spend at least 100 hours. I'm about 100 hours in, but I need to spend about another 100 hours. So that's gonna definitely be my noise generator for the next couple of videos. Bunch of them. Like I say, I use my Korg mini log for my bass spacey sounds. Neutron's got a great delay echo that I feed into. This has got a little mind of its own, the Model D. You can get basically any sound you want out of here. And I just use them for different fillers. And the Modular is just adding a little ping and delay right now. Then I like to actually, there's no reverb, so instead of using a plug-in reverb, I like to use the, I have a grandmother Moog, and it has that reverb spring in it. And if I had a module that just had a reverb spring, it really is awesome. And I'll still use this in all of my music making and sequencing. As far as a sequencer, you can't beat it. You can't find a understanding sound oscillation that will massively help you learn your external gear. Well, thank you. I definitely will. I was actually thinking about something you said last time I went on a stream where you were saying for the ambient noise, like right now, all this is coming out of just one channel. And I got stuck on how you said everything needed to be come out of, every channel needed to have its own EQ. So that's another thing why I like the MPC, because I can explode these tracks out. So if I have 16 tracks, I can explode them. And with the mixer that I have, it has 22 USB return. So I can actually go into each track, cue them how I want them, and then put them back in. And it would sound totally different than what you're hearing right now. Because once it passes through that little analog circuitry in there, it really does make a difference. So yeah, I'll definitely, any advice that you guys give, I definitely look into it. And I appreciate it a lot. This has actually come a long way. When I first got on this channel, when I first started, I was just recording off of my cell phone. You know, I didn't really care about audio. I didn't think that I was going to be looking at meters on my screen and all that. And as a sound engineer, it's just actually motivating. So if you're looking for motivation, start a channel. I'll support you, man, 100%. Just put it on there, put a link, and you know, just like, yeah, it's all about learning. That's right. I mean, I've never seen anybody do this on their MPC, so I think it's kind of valuable. We went from not knowing what to do to making a random song that lasted an hour and 51 minutes, and it's emotional. It has feeling. It's different. Something you haven't heard. Something I would have definitely not played. But I did lay down the drum beat at 120. And what's cool is you can go through and change all the sounds. You don't have to have those sounds. That's just getting your idea out. Is the whole point. Load up 5 pianos and have 5 pianos go off. Then go back and change the sound. Just load up your sounds. I can't stress that enough. If the band doesn't show up, there is no concert. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I thank you guys so much for coming in. I had a live stream set up for 6 o'clock today, and I talked about making time and being dedicated, and I showed up 15 minutes late, but I showed up. I was out of bed, all like, music, music. But, and I'll leave it up too, because I'll show the struggle is real, but a lot of people looking for motivation and stuff like that. You should start a channel, man. I really, I think it's a good thing. And not only that, but there's more than one way to make money, and you don't necessarily have to sell music to do it. If that's what you're about. I mean, yeah, money's gonna come, but you're not gonna be rich off of your YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? The rich is the joy that you get off of sharing the knowledge and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as making money and saving money, if you guys want, I mean, that's a whole nother video there, man. How you can write off your equipment. What? Have a YouTube business? You have a YouTube channel? Yeah, you can write off your equipment. It's amazing. There's so many things out there that you can do that people, I don't know, maybe it's out there and I just haven't seen it, but I don't really look for that kind of information. But I know the things that I go through when it comes to music. I share every single bit of it, especially when it comes to finances, like where to go, who to talk to get a good deal on music. You know, there's good people out there and good companies out there. Another thing that I want to talk about, guys, this is a little bit off topic, but it's about modular stuff, and we're doing that kind of deal, right? Is Behringer. Let me tell you something. Behringer's got a lot. Yes, there is. Behringer's got a lot of ways to make sounds. The Model D, nothing to laugh at, man. It's really nothing to laugh at. If you take an oscilloscope and compare the waves next to it, you're not gonna tell, man. It's like, you're not gonna tell. You're expressing yourself with a noise that's similar, if not almost exactly the same, if not better, okay? Things get upgraded for a reason. Things get modified. It might have newer, the older one might have its own unique purpose. You might make a different sound. The point is, the functionality is there. And you, with that, you give me the tool, and I'll dig a hole. You know what I'm saying? The Behringer Neutron, phenomenal, man. I had no idea what modular stuff is. And honestly, I could plug some wires in there right now and it would change everything. It would change everything. It would change everything. And that's the beautiful thing is like, we didn't know what we were making here. It was just a random mess. And same thing, when you start messing with these knobs and delays and effects, you have this symphony thing going on. Once you hear that noise, that's what you sample. But yeah, man, they're getting ready to come out with a freaking modular rack that's pretty big, and it'll fit 2 of these Model Ds next to each other. So this is a pretty big rack. So it's about that big, and it's full of all kinds of stuff, man. And they say, yeah, it's based off the System 500 or whatever like that, and everybody's kind of upset about it. And I was like, I never knew that people felt that way about a company. Like, I don't have any problem with Behringer whatsoever, man. Then again, I've never had a problem with any of their gear either. But as far as that modular rack stuff, though, if you read some of those forums, like, my goodness, dude, there's some serious hate going on out there. Like, only we should be able to, like, the elite. I mean, you gotta have serious bucks, dude, to buy that stuff. I think that's what it is people are mad because they spend so much money getting the stuff, and now Behringer's coming out and making it affordable to people like you and me. Like, no. Like, yeah, it's happening. Oh, yes. It is happening. And it is good because chances are, like I say, your song is going to come out, it's going to be an accident. It's not going to be on purpose at all. Alright, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate you all for coming out. I had fun, and we'll do this again. I'm going to listen on the playback and see how everything went, and I'll fix whatever needs to be fixed. Until then, oh man, just slow down, enjoy yourself, take it easy, don't be in such a hurry. Just enjoy yourself, have fun, slow down the tempo, alright? Much love and respect from all the way here, all the way to the UK. I'll talk to you later.